What's happening, YouTube? Kite Planet here, or Kite if you're like that. Some people aren't like that. Let them drown. Don't let them drag you down with them. I don't have to worry about that though, because I'm like that. Everybody's around. Like that. So first thing you need to do is hit the like button. Do not be hating. That's rule number one. Y'all know it better than anybody. Do not be hating. Get yourself some good karma. Hit the like button. Also, we're doing a little thing. It's a break. There was no chapter this week, and so if this video, this theory video gets like 300 likes, somewhere in that ballpark, I'll drop another one the next day, and so on and so forth. And we'll continue that every single day. You'll get a Blue Lock video every single day until the chapter comes out. And we do the spoilers. So how do you get the spoilers? Subscribe, because you're going to be here for that. You're gonna want to be here for that. So you can see the spoilers. I know it's not an action chapter, but there's a lot of things we're gonna get to see. We probably get to see a brief panel of Ego, what he thinks of the match. I'm just speculating here. SHIDOU, Toya, they're on bye week, so they can be like, yo, that game was crazy. Isagi and BAROU, they went at each other or whatever. And Kaiser and Lorenzo got to talk. So many people, Isagi and Kaiser, so many dynamics that we have to see at the end of this game, and hopefully we'll get to address all of those in this chapter, or at least most of them. So subscribe so you can be here for that. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of the video, the Neo Egoist League is winding down. I'm gonna preface it by saying that it's winding down. We're in the home stretch. There's only like 2 more games. Basamucha only has 1 more game. PSG had their bye. They got 2 more games. Ubers have 1 more game. So this is the final thing, realistically. So it's clear that Rin, BAROU, Kunigami, Nagi, SHIDOU, these guys are like, they're strikers, and they're all going to make it onto that 23 selection squad. That's pretty clear. And when that translates, most people around them have decided, you know, I found my role. I'm gonna go play midfielder. I'm gonna go play center back. I'm gonna go play winger. I'm gonna go play fullback. And they've kind of eased themselves into those roles, and that's their role where they will start guaranteed because they're the best one at that spot. But there's still those guys I named initially that are going to want to still play striker, and everybody can't play striker. So some people are going to have to sit out. You're gonna see your favorite character sit out. It just happens, bro. We know BAROU's my favorite character. I had to watch him sit out the under-20 Japan game. It just happened. That was Rin's game. Rin was the main character, and that's just what it was. Ego built the team around Rin. BAROU is not someone that could be controlled by people, so he doesn't work well with Rin. So Ego's like, get him out of there. Can't fault Ego for that. That's just game plan, and it worked. So it just happens. So some people are going to have to sit out. I don't know how they're going to do the setups. What's more important, either the players or the formation, because there's a lot of things they need to do to get the team right for the under-20 Japan like World Cup arc. You're not going to be able to just throw everybody in there and see what happens. You got to meticulously create plans for that. Me and Ramex a while back, boy in the Discord, join the Discord if you want to talk about it, as always, said that perhaps Ego will put in the strikers that he wants, then build a formation around them, and then put in a different striker, and then build a different formation around that, and so on and so forth, and keep trying that out till he finds what he likes, the combinations he likes, and that'll be the way they do it. But either way, people are going to get left out. So what do those people that get left out do? Where do they go? And I had a theory that, obviously I'm not the first one to say that people are going to go play club ball. I'm not. But when I first thought about it was under 20 game of SHIDOU. He asked for Sai's number. He got his first goal with Sai, and he's like, bro, you understand? You're the first person that understands my freedom and how I like to play. Give me your number. I want to keep playing with you. You're going to make that fruity because SHIDOU's just that type of weird guy. But realistically, he's like, I just want to play with you some more. And so what's stopping SHIDOU from at the end of this saying, like, what is the under-20 World Cup going to do for me? We might end up playing teams like the Ubers. Obviously not the Ubers, but the Ubers without BAROU, without Neo Egoist League, all they have is Don Lorenzo. And so if Blue Lock were to run into a team like that, they would absolutely destroy them. Lorenzo can only guard 1 person. And so that might be the majority of teams that Blue Lock runs into. You just never know, because they're not getting the best players from around the world for under 20 teams. They're getting what they have in their country, and they might only have 1 good player. But SHIDOU going to play at Real Madrid with Sai will play against teams that are a culmination of players that they paid for and that they want, that they think are the best. And Real Madrid is the best team in the world. So them playing against other good teams It can only make Shido better. It can only make him grow exponentially more than the other guys. The only thing that the other guys have over playing club ball is that all those great players are condensed into one team. That is Blue Lock. That is why Blue Lock has been successful. All these hungry egos. When you go play club ball, you're not going to have all those egos. There's going to be a few, but there's not going to be as much as Blue Lock, where every single person on the pitch is a super egoist trying to do their own thing. And Blue Lock's winding down from that anyways. Everybody's just easing back into their roles. I'm a center mid. I'm not in the ego stuff with y'all. So people are doing that. If he goes and plays club ball, he will grow better, and he will eventually meet at the same road and end up in the true Japan World Cup arc anyways. And crazy things could happen. Same with BAROU. BAROU's what really got me thinking about it at the beginning of the Ubers match, seeing him with Snuffy, and then him be like, nah, like, I'm done with your plans and I'm tired of it. I'm doing my own shit. And he surpassed Snuffy's thing. So initially I'm like, no, he might go play with Snuffy. Then he was like, nah, like, I want to beat you. So now what I'm thinking is, we all saw how BAROU surpassed Snuffy's design. Snuffy said it, you know, I couldn't imagine what you just did. You surpassed my designs. This one's on you. Your team now. Go do what you do. So other teams, we all know, other GMs, managers, team owners, whatever, they're all watching the Neo Egoist League. We know that for a fact. So the other teams in Serie A with the Ubers will be like, we know Snuffy's track record. He goes to a league and he wins, and there's nothing you could do to stop him. He just does it. We don't want him to do that to us. Obviously, we don't want to just lose and take the L. We saw BAROU defeat his plans, his designs. No one's been able to do that before. Not even Noah. Noah, the best striker in the world, knew how to outdo his designs. So this man outdid his designs. Let's get him, pay some ridiculous amount of money to make sure that Ubers don't keep him. And we'll take him, develop him how we want, and then we'll send him and use him as our secret weapon to beat Snuffy. And that could be how BAROU gets to another team, whatever team you want it to be, Inter Milan, AC Milan, it doesn't matter. But BAROU gets to another team with an exorbitant amount of money, and he's just like, I can't turn this down. And just like Shido, he would grow better at that place than he would with the egoist guys. Like Shido and BAROU, they just don't. Shido works better with people than BAROU does. But still, a lot of people don't understand Shido, and they can't push him how he needs to be pushed. And Sai can do that. So why not go be with the one person that can make you evolve the most? That's the whole point of Blue Lock. And that's the whole point of Isagi's ability. He makes people evolve. He can't do that to Shido. He can't. I've never seen. I mean, they don't even interact for real like that. Last time they interacted, bro was trying to kick Isagi. So that's just not, Isagi's not getting the job done for him. And BAROU just needs, I don't know, I can't really say much about BAROU. BAROU just needs to be in an environment where he can learn and pick up different weapons and be in different situations. And he doesn't work well with others, so he automatically gets sent out of the lineup most of the time. That's just who BAROU is. His ego is, it's too big, and he's an asshole about it. So him going over and playing on a real club team, he might even be able to somehow manage both of them. They might even manage to get themselves into the first team. Imagine Shido and Sai debuting on the first team of Real Madrid as a combo. They're going to be an unstoppable combo, and they may score like 4 goals. Sai gets 4 assists, Shido gets 4 goals, and there's just nothing you could do to stop them. And then BAROU, imagine his first debut on a first team AC Inter Milan after they train him or whatever, hat trick or something, or like a brace, and he gives an assist or whatever. BAROU could do some shit. Both of them could do things like that, and then obviously at the end they converge and meet for the World Cup arc. Even Kunigami, I can see this because right now he's not having any shine. And when you neglect players, say you try to put all of these guys on the under 20 because they're going to make it, because all the guys that we like and know and love will fit into that 23 spot roster. It's so easy to just go, there's 46 guys, there's 23 spots. The 23 guys we're going to cut are going to be the 23 guys that never get any shine. People like Ishikari, Shiguma, Endoji, Nishioka. The list goes on. Like some of the Blue Lock or the under 20 Japan guys, all of them just get cut because it's like they never had any shine anyways. That would be so basic and like stupid. Not stupid, but like it's just so obvious. And all those guys we know and love are going to make it, but some of them are going to get cast out. Like they're going to be there, but they're not going to get any shine. Just like Kunigami is on Bastard Munchen. he can't get anything going because Isagi's just controlling the game. It's not that Isagi is a physically a better player than him. It's just that Isagi is controlling the game and doing what he wants. And he has more pieces on his side. He has Hiyori, he has Corona, he has Raichi, he has all those guys. And it's just like, you can't do anything when you're 1v4 against your own team. So that's going to happen. But Kunigami might be able to get out, and he might have his thing against Shido in the PXG match. And that might be enough to capture the eyes of another team. And they're like, we like what he has. Like, he's very Noah-esque. Noah is the best in the world. We would love a copy of that. We will try to mold it to what we want, and so we can win our league. That's the ultimate thing. Like, these teams want to win their league. Why not? And so they could take Kunigami, pay him a decent amount of money, and he goes over there and trains as well. And Nagi might stay with the under 20 because I feel like Nagi would work well next to Rin. He really would. Actually, I'm not sure, but I feel like he would. You can see Nagi working next to Rin because Nagi still has a lot of stuff to figure out, so I'm not going to focus too much on him. But those three guys, Kunigami, Shido, and BAROU, they could go off and do whatever they, and that applies to the other guys as well. Let me know your thoughts on what players would most benefit from taking this route. Even if you want to elaborate on the players that I just said, Shido, BAROU, Kunigami, elaborate, give me your thoughts on it. If not, tell me another person that could benefit from that. And I just think that's a very good route because they still get their development, and we don't have to focus on them all the time. It'll be just like the Neo Egos League where we've been watching Isagi the whole time, but we got to see Nagi and Ryo for a second. Then we got to see Bachida. So we don't have to check in all the time. It can just be like, yo, like they're playing under 20 World Cup, turn on the news after a game or whatever. Incoming new, BAROU scores a hat trick, or Shido gets 3 goals or 4 goals with Sai, his midfielder, and Sai gets 4 assists, like I said earlier, and they could be like, wow, like those guys are killing it. Like, I can't wait to play with those guys again in a few years when they come back. Like, it could be something like that, and that way nobody has to get kicked out of the story, or nobody has to like not shine. And because these players are all good. Like, Kunigami's a good player. Seeing him go away the first time was like, man, like, all right, like he wasn't developing fast enough. So what? But this brings me to my next topic I just want to touch briefly before I end the video. And that's, if you've been keeping up with the episode of Nagi, you know that Kyoto Jin will be coming to the story soon. Soon may be a little rash, but we're getting there to the part where Jin joined the team that Isagi ended up leaving from, and we'll see that. But a lot of people were thinking Jin's just gonna be like, help somebody out. He's gonna come in and be like a Hiyori or a Corona or a Nest to somebody. And my counter to that is, when we first saw Jin in the episode of Nagi, was chapter 2, and he was on this big page with other guys, and the page was like, we're gonna change the face of football and do all that. And the people that were on that page were people like BAROU, Rin, Shido. Those guys are at the top right now, still in Blue Lock. BAROU is probably the best pure striker in Blue Lock, without a doubt. If you argue with that, I mean, you can do what you want. But Rin is probably the best overall player, and Shido's just the most electric player in Blue Lock, most electrifying person. Like, he's just an enigma to watch. You just never know what he's gonna do. If I had to give a title to each of them, that would probably be what it was. And right next to them is Kyoto Jin, just sitting on the page in the same breadth and conversation as them. And it's just like, how is this dude gonna come? Like, he probably led his stratum in goals. BAROU led his stratum in goals with the stratum with Nagi and Isagi. He led that one. Rin probably led his respective one. Shido the same. And then you have Kiora, who can lead an entire stratum. Probably, if you go with the trend of who those guys are that he's on the page with, he probably led his stratum in goals. And we know that people, you're like, why he's on the bench then? Well, Hiyori, as we just saw, is crazy. And he was on the bench too. So it's clear that people are holding back their true abilities. And some people are just chill and nonchalant. They don't care. We know Hiyori didn't care. So it's like, that's why he didn't start or any of that. But Kiora might have a different thing. Like, we can see he's a chill dude. And you read his info and his like background stuff. He likes to get revenge from provocation. Who provoked Jin? The only person I can remember that provoked him was Isagi. And if you want to say Noah, because Noah bought into Isagi's shit, then you could say Noah, but you can't do anything to Noah. But Isagi's a person who provoked him, and he's going to get his revenge. He's not going to side with Isagi. So he might go do his own shit. He might get in and just act up. I would love to see that. That's what a lot of people were expecting from Hiyori, but we can get Gene to do it and go off on his own. Also, I want to mention that, damn, this video is getting long, but there's a thing on his thing that says he doesn't like, what makes him sad is things that atrophy. You know what atrophy means? Atrophy means to deteriorate or like wither away. And who in Blue Lock has something that is atrophying? Yuki Miya. His eyes are atrophying. They're dying. They're withering away. The cells are decreasing. And so he may take solace in helping Yuki Miya. And it could be him, Yuki Miya, Kunigami. They could have their own thing. That's just a little theory I had just reading his stuff. Like Hiyori is atrophying. His eyes are atrophying. And that makes Kyoryugen sad. He might be like, oh, let me help, bro. Let me get him incorporated into what I'm trying to do. And same with Kunigami, because he'll see Kunigami's just out there by himself. That's just a little small headcanon right there. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know who benefits the most from taking the club route, and add some other guys if you want to or not. But just give me your thoughts on this and who is going to score the first goal in the PXG match. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.